I know we're only 2 weeks in, but I think it's time for you to meet Wilson, my walking buddy. It's pretty rubbish weather. The rain has come.
Say hi.
But Wilson needs a walk. I need a walk. And the vlogging needs to be done. His favourite things include walking, for sure. And he loves chasing cars. Not the song. The dangerous activity. Just taking off now in the bottom corner is my featured run for the week. This is Matthias track. I think it's in Olinda. It's a 7.2 kilometre total run. 3.6 k's out, 3.6 k's back. And it's a trail that really doesn't let you settle. There's a lot of ups and downs in it. Nothing flat really. It's a nice, easy recovery run on a Sunday morning. And this week, my girls joined us for the first time. So you can keep watching that in the corner, or you can watch me. I probably prefer to watch the run if I'm honest. So I'll give you a quick summary of the week that was in my running training. Monday, I'd normally go jogging with my oldest daughter, but didn't get to do that this week because my tax was overdue. Had to go see the tax accountant. Tuesday, drive to school. Normally do a 13k circuit up around Jells Park and then back to school again. But I was just feeling a little bit, not sore, but just a little bit, I don't know, a tiny bit sluggish, I guess. Maybe it was just one of those days. Anyway, so I just did just under 11k's, at just a bit of a lighter pace, and I'll look to pick that up in the future. Wednesday I went jogging with my girls after work. Nice, light, very slow jog. Now Thursday morning got a whole lot more exciting. For the last few years I've just been running, drive to work in the morning, run 12 minutes as far away from work as I can get, and then run back again, and I try and aim to get back in under 12 minutes 30. So I've been doing that on my own for probably like 4 years or something, I guess, on and off. But this week I actually got to run with a couple of my old students. They are really good runners, and in parts I was struggling to keep up with them, and in parts they were struggling to keep up with me. So it was a really good motivation. So I actually ran further out than I ever have over the last few years, which was great, and got back in 12 minutes 40, I think. So overall the pace was really good. It's, I think, probably the fastest I've ever run not in a race. So that's exciting. Hopefully that will continue in the future. Friday, took a day off running, just went for a walk. Saturday morning, I wouldn't say I overdid it, but probably did a bit more than I reasonably should. And that was a 5k park run in the morning, knowing full well I had a soccer game to run out in the afternoon, which was fine, but probably a little fresher for soccer if I don't run 5k's in the morning. But we did try and take it nice and easy. And then Sunday is that featured run that you can see going. The slow run, undulating run, but a really good recovery for the legs that the girls joined me on, which wasn't terribly easy for them. The pace was fine, but just, I guess, the soreness, a bit of a build up of fatigue over the week. It's good for them in the long run, but as it is for me, it's just a bit hard getting out of bed on the Sunday morning nice and early, and running the day after working hard at soccer. But it is a great way to finish the week. And you can see a couple of maps there from a couple of the walks I did through the week too. I'm just really enjoying the chance to get out walking and discovering new paths, which is very unlike me. But now I'm learning to love exploring and finding different paths around. There's lots around me. I'm pretty lucky actually to be living where I am as a wannabe runner, because there are some trails up here that people drive a long way to come and run. So I'm just going to start exploring those and taking full advantage of where I live. So you can see the totals on the screen now. I was aiming to do about 50k's running and maybe 15k's walking for the week. So not too far off that goal there, which is good. So this week I thought I might quickly discuss the question I get asked the most by my friends and colleagues is, how did I go from weighing 111 kilos down to what I am at the moment? Because as you can see, the change is drastic. And the simple answer is Noom. I signed up with Noom after hearing about it just on different podcasts, and then they released a bunch of weird television ads in Australia. The thing that stood out to me with Noom was, I guess, their pitch is that it's all based in psychology, and they don't want you to give up the things that you love. It's just about reframing the way you think about food and definitely having a better relationship with it. With daily reading to do and little challenges that they set for you, I found it a really, really motivating app to get involved with every day. The results were very quick. I lost a couple of kilos per week for the first little while, and it flattened out a little bit, but it was definitely a clear trend downwards for the 6 months I was on it. For me, it was, I think I paid $250 Australian for the 6-month plan, and that seemed like a lot of money at the time, to be honest. I figured it would work if I stuck to it. I think all the, I guess, diets and programs, they work if you're willing to stick to it. But yeah, the appeal to me was Noom's big pitch that most of the people who try Noom, it works for, and then they check in with them 12 months later and they have been able to keep the weight off for all of that time. So that's what really stuck out to me. And yeah, $250 is a lot. So you're going to lose 25 kilos, nearly 30 kilos for $250. I would have taken that deal every day of the week. So I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I didn't delay. I'm so glad I didn't tell myself that it wouldn't work, because I'm feeling so much better and my running is doing so much better because of it. So if there are people out there who are going through similar things to what I was going through, if you are struggling with your weight and you want to drop some and you've heard about Noom, then I would really encourage you to give it a go. It definitely works, and for me it has just been a life changer, really. Thought it might be interesting if I learn something that is significant to me throughout the week, that I can pass on a tip to you guys. So a bit of a tip of the week, I'll go over that shortly. I'm a couple of 100 meters short of where I want to stop to talk about that. Hey, by the way, I'm very excited about next week's vlog because races for me are going to be few and far between. I was really enjoying racing, I guess, at Parkrun each Saturday morning. Saturdays just aren't free very often, but this coming week it's going to work out nicely. So we're going to start the day at Parkrun Pakenham. Gabby's going to try and run a PB. Her best 5k time is 25:05, so she's going to be trying to run a PB there, and I'm going to try and run a 5k PB. So I'm looking forward to preparing well this week, and I'm sure I'll have a little bit of a story to tell you next week on how my push for a 5k PB went. All right, I've stopped at this particular point for a reason. My tip of the week this week, oh, those dogs are just going to be a whole lot of trouble. My tip of the week this week is all about exploring. Behind the camera is the track that I always walk. To my right is where I then always walk. And then I thought over the last weekend I should actually turn left and see what I can see down there. And it's going to sound a little bit weird, but I went for a walk through there, and then the paths just opened up into a whole new world of tracks I had not seen before. And I know they're major tracks through the Dandenongs, but I didn't know that they were so close to where I've been walking, and I didn't know it was going to be so easy for me to explore them in the future. And this is the bit that will sound weird. I felt really emotional seeing all the options that came up, because I'm always a guy for routine. I love just running I thought I loved running the same tracks over and over, and I do enjoy that. I enjoy doing that to be able to track my times and see how I'm progressing. Now that I'm just learning a little bit about running a bit smarter and training a bit smarter, and not always going as hard as you can, but sometimes going for the long, slow runs. I was honestly getting a little bit bored on the tracks that I was running, and then yeah, I discovered all these paths and just the options that I have for the future. It just really made me really appreciate where I'm living. So the tip of the week is don't get complacent, don't go over the same old paths. Explore, see what's around your neighborhood. Having said all that, today I'm not going to be able to turn right and explore because it is getting dark. Wilson might be getting a bit cold. I got to go on the same old path and start heading home. All right, well that is it for me for this week. I look forward to seeing you back next week. Hopefully I'll have some good news of PBs. Thank you for watching the Wannabe Runner. I'll see you again next week.